So guys, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can install and set up Docker on your Windows operating system. So let's get started and let's see how we can do it. So first of all, we are going to go to our favorite browser and search for Docker. And the first link which will appear here will be from docker.com. So we are going to click on this link. Straight away on the home page, you will see the download option for downloading the Docker desktop executable file. But before downloading the Docker desktop executable file, we need to understand the prerequisite of installing Docker because Docker cannot be installed on all types of Windows operating system. So for that, just hover over this developers section here, and we are going to click on the documentation section. So just click on the documentation section, which will redirect us to docs.docker.com webpage. Here, don't click on the download the Docker desktop for Windows. Here, just click on get started link and then just click on get Docker link. And under get Docker link, you can just click on this link which says Docker desktop for Windows. And now we can see the official documentation page for install Docker desktop on Windows. I'm going to put this link in the description of this video also. So if for some reason you can't reach to this page, you can just click on this link directly and come to this page. So here, when we scroll down a little, we can see the system requirements. And here are the system requirements for downloading and installing Docker. Now, in the most common case, you might be installing Docker via the WSL tool. This is selected by default. But if you want to install Docker via Hyper-V or WSL2 backend for ARM, then you can select other tabs here. So just select this default tab, which is WSL2 backend x8664, and these are the requirements. So you need to have one of these versions of Windows in order to install Docker. And then you need to turn on the WSL2 feature for Windows. We are going to see how we can do it in few seconds. And you need to have the 64-bit processor, 4 GB of system RAM, and you need to have this feature enabled, which is the virtualization feature. So let's see how we can check whether virtualization is enabled or not. So you need to right click on your Windows icon. This is not a left click, but a right click, right? And then you need to click on Task Manager here. Once Task Manager opens, you can click on these Open Navigator and then click on Performance tab here. And here you will see this virtualization section here, which is enabled in my case. So for installing Docker, this virtualization should be enabled. If you see this option disabled, then you need to enable it via the BIOS setting of your Windows operating system. So in my case, it's already enabled and you can verify it like this. Let me close this and go to the web page once again. And I already have the 64-bit processor and this much amount of RAM. So my operating system supports the installation of Docker. When I scroll down a little, you can see how you can verify the WSL version. So I'm going to just copy this command and then open the PowerShell or command prompt on my Windows operating system. So just search for PowerShell here and run the PowerShell as an administrator. So you need to select this option instead of just opening the PowerShell. Use this option which says run as administrator, which is going to start the PowerShell as an administrator, right? Here, you just need to paste the command we have copied, which is WSL space hyphen hyphen version, and then press enter. And it's going to show you this kind of warning which says the Windows subsystem for Linux is not installed. You can install it via this command, right? So This is the most common scenario because WSL is not installed. So we are going to see how we can install WSL. At this point, you can just press Control C to close this command. So press Control C and you will come out of this command. Let's go to the web page once again. And this is what it is talking about, that if you don't see any output, then you need to follow these two commands, which is WSL space hyphen hyphen install to install WSL. So let's give this command. I'm going to copy this command and paste it into my terminal. Also, let me make the fonts a little bit bigger so you can see those. So I'm going to go to the font section and let me make it 24 and then click on OK. And now you can see those commands in a better way. So command is this one, WSL space hyphen install. Let me press enter and it's going to start the download of Windows subsystem for Linux, which is the latest version. We are installing WSL2. You can see 2.6.3 version, right? So just wait for the next step at this point. And then after a few seconds, you can see at the end the requested operation is successful. Change will not be effective until your system is rebooted, right? So even though this WSL is installed, we need to reboot our system in order to make the changes effective. So let me restart my Windows operating system. So first of all, let me close this PowerShell and let me restart my Windows operating system. So now my Windows operating system has been restarted. So let's move to the next command. So let me open the PowerShell once again for that. So I'm going to open the PowerShell as administrator once again. So click on run as administrator. And once the PowerShell is open, we are going to move to the next command. So the next command is WSL updates. So just give this command, which is WSL update, and it will check for the updates. And I can see the message which says the most recent version of WSL is already installed. So everything is working fine. So WSL is now officially installed on my Windows operating system. So we are going to once again go to our favorite browser, search for Docker and click on this docker.com result. And straight away we can now click on this download Docker desktop. We are going to click on this link which says download for Windows AMD 64, which is going to download this Docker desktop installer.exe file. It's around 572 megabyte file, so it will take some time to download. So let's wait for the download to finish. So now this Docker executable file is downloaded on my Windows operating system. Just before clicking this file, you need to go to the folder where it's downloaded. So just go to the downloads folder and locate the Docker desktop installer.exe file and then right click on this file, and we need to run this as an administrator. So just select this option which says run as administrator, right? So sometimes this requires some administrator privileges, so it's better to run this executable file as an administrator. So select this option. And then when you start Docker installer for the first time, it might give you some kind of warning, which might say, do you want to allow this app to make changes on your device? Click on yes. And now the Docker desktop installer has been started. So now you can see the first configuration window. And if you remember, we have installed the WSL2. So just leave this option as checked, which says use WSL2 instead of Hyper-V, which is also recommended. Also, it says allow Windows containers to be used with this installation. I'm going to check this also and then click on OK here. And it's going to unpack all the files. And now the Docker desktop has been installed on our Windows operating system. And also we can see this message which says installation succeeded. At this point, we just need to click on close and restart, which is going to restart your Windows operating system. So I have restarted my Windows operating system once again. And this time I can click on this Windows icon and then click on all. And then under D, I will be able to see the Docker desktop here. So click on Docker desktop now, and it's going to launch the Docker desktop on our Windows operating system. And now I can see this subscription agreement window. At this point, you just need to click on accept. And now I can see this kind of Docker desktop window, right? So at this point, you need to decide if you want to use Docker for work or personal use. This is just for the personal use, so I'm going to just select personal. And then you should have a Docker account on Docker Hub. Or if you don't have the Docker account, you can create one using these options which are listed here. It's better to create a Docker account so that you can use the Docker Hub in a better way, in a sense that you will be able to push your images to the Docker Hub and pull the images from the Docker Hub. And in that way, it's very useful. And once you have logged in with your Docker account into your Docker desktop, then it's going to look like this. So I already had a Docker account. So I have logged in with that Docker account. But if you don't have the Docker account, you can create one and log into the Docker desktop. Now on the Docker desktop, you can see these kind of options. So from here, you can see the images which are installed locally, and you can also see the Docker Hub images. So what are the images which are present on Docker Hub? Also, you can see the volumes and then Kubernetes related settings here, and you can also see the Docker Hub. So you can even search for the Docker images. For example, if I search for hello world image, which we use just to check whether Docker is working fine or not, it's going to give us this result here, right? So just click on the hello world, and you can see it has been downloaded or pulled 1 billion times, right? So it's the first command generally user runs to check whether Docker is working fine or not. And when you click on this option, when you scroll down, you can just copy this command, which is docker run hello world, and it's going to just give you hello from Docker in response, and that will make sure that Docker is working fine on your system. So let's copy this command and open any command prompt or PowerShell, right? So this time I'm going to just type cmd here and open the command prompt. And once command prompt is open, I'm going to paste this command and then press enter. And it's going to run the Docker and pull this image. So you can see unable to find the image. So it did not find any image locally. So it has pulled that image. I can see this message pulling from Docker Hub, and pull was complete. And then it says hello from Docker. So everything is working fine. Once I have pulled this image, when I go back to the Docker desktop and go to the image section, I can see one image here, and I can see it was created or updated 5 months ago. And then the container section is going to show us how much seconds ago or minutes ago we have ran this hello world image. So we have ran this image 55 seconds ago, right? So from here itself, you will be able to see all kind of images and containers running on our Docker. Now, if you want to use the Docker using command line, then just stay on the command prompt. Let me clear the terminal using cls command. And if you write Docker images command and then press enter, it's going to show you all the images which are present locally on your Windows operating system. If you want to see all the running containers, just write docker ps command and then press enter. Right now, no container is running because our container ran for hello world and it has finished, right? So it ran for a few seconds and it's finished now. So no container is running. If you want to see all the previous running containers, then just give this command docker space ps space a and then press enter, and it's going to show you all the previously running containers, right? So it ran 2 minutes ago, and exited 2 minutes ago, right? So using Docker on your command prompt or your PowerShell, you can also run all these commands to understand what kind of images you have or what kind of containers you have, right? To pull any image, you can use Docker pull and the name of the image, and it's going to pull that image. So those images you can find on Docker Hub. Click on Docker Hub here. So let's say I want to search the image for Ubuntu, and then when I search for it, I can see so many images which are available, and you just need to choose the most popular one, and you will also see the official badge in front of the image, which indicates that this is the official image from the official provider, and you can see how many times it's been pulled. And once you click on that image, you will see the documentation about that image, how to use that image, and all the other information, right? And you will also see the tags related to that image. So what is the latest tag associated with that image? So if you want to pull that image, you can directly click on pull from here, and it's going to automatically pull the image and show you in the image section from the Docker desktop itself. So this is how you can install and set up Docker on your Windows operating system. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video.